Nicole from 90 Day Fiancé just shared an unbelievably amazing update on social media. Guys, Nicole from 90 Day Fiancé, she's been kind of quiet on social media ever since her and her love for life, Azan, did end up breaking up and they made it official. Well, she just shared a huge update on social media and boom, there it is. She shared this saying, here's a couple life updates with me. I made a big decision in my life. I'm enrolled in college at SCF. It has been a long challenge going back to school after so long, but I am determined to make a better life for me and my daughter. I am currently working on prereqs to get into the radiology program. I'm so blessed to have the supportive family that I do. They help keep me going the days that I doubt myself. For those who have asked, my relationship with Azan has ended. I am currently concentrating on school and making sure my focus is what's important. So Nicole, she confirmed she is now going to school, which honestly for her is amazing. When she originally went to go see Azan and then got stuck there because of the pandemic, she quit her job at Starbucks. Now, not, like it was some career, and nothing against working at Starbucks or anything like that, but it's not like she was, like a doctor and quit being a doctor or something like that. She was working at Starbucks not for a very long time, and she did end up quitting that job to go see Azan, which probably was not the smartest thing because she did just confirm they're done. So obviously her going there and being stuck over there, not a very good idea, but it is good. I'm happy for her. I honestly think the best thing she could have possibly done was end it with Azan, because to me, he never really cared, never that into her, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Nicole, finally we have some positive news for her, and I wish her well, and I hope she'll be able to graduate and get a job, kind of like Danielle. Danielle wasn't really doing a whole lot in her life when she was with Mohammed from years ago on 90 Day Fiancé, but now in present day, she's going through nursing school, she's becoming a nurse, and she's just about there and almost done. So guys, comment below what you guys think of Nicole, but I really do truly wish her well. And before we sign off for the day, we have one more 90 Day Fiancé update, and that would be 90 Day Bears All, because you guys, it is back. I cannot believe it, but I'm so excited. Yes, 90 Day Bears All. It's a Discovery Plus show. It is unfreaking believable. It is by far the best show if you're a 90 Day Fiancé fan like myself. On Discovery Plus, it is amazing. So we got to see the first episode. This is the first episode of season 2. It was good and bad. Here was the deal. We got to see, Elizabeth and Andre and the two sisters, Jen and Becky, and we also got to see Charlie's wife, Megan. Now, typically, I would just say, bullcrap, get them out of here. I have no interest. The thing I'm going to say about this time is a little bit different, is they were kind of talking about things that at least I've always wanted to hear about. And for me, that is just the truth on what they really do for work, because I know they say on the show they're realtors and they're selling houses, but I personally believe, and you can just see a lot of their income actually comes from things on social media like doing ads, and they all each individually have their own OnlyFans account, which is fantastically amazing. Whatever, do your own thing, but at least be honest about it. And if you're making 95% of your money from that, don't act like you're some real estate mogul. And they never would ever talk about it on the show. However, on Discovery Plus, 90 Day Bears All, they finally talked about it. Sean, the host, just totally confronted Megan, because if you don't know, on the 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After tell-all, Charlie came on, very cocky, alpha kind of personality. He was definitely ready to fight, but Megan, his wife, was not there. However, she was in New York where they were filming. She just didn't go on the tell-all, and she said that she was actually busy taking pictures and selling them of her own feet. I guess I've kind of heard of that vaguely, not big. I didn't think it was actually a big thing, but apparently she told Sean that through the OnlyFans thing, she sells these pictures, yes, of her feet, and makes sometimes up to $1,000 a day, which it's just like, oh my goodness God, that is a lot of money. I don't know who's buying these. I don't know what is going on. The funny thing was, honestly, is she immediately said, I was not the first person to do it. No. Jen and Becky and Elizabeth were. Now, I think she was really pointing her finger over at Jen. Jen was very, 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 very quiet, because if you don't know, I kind of knew this, but I didn't know for sure. Jen, as far as I can see, is the originator of the family on OnlyFans, and it sounds like she was actually the one. I could be wrong, but I believe she was the one that actually started on it in the family. And then I think she got Megan, because Megan and her apparently were like best friends for like 20 plus years. And I wonder if that's how Charlie met her. But either way, they've been together. Charli and Meghan have been for years. Apparently Jen and Meghan were, great friends. Now in present day, they're not. More on that in a minute. But either way, Meghan said, I was not the first person to do this. She pointed to all three of the sisters. I think the first was Jen. Becky claims I have never done that, but it is kind of like, I don't know if that's actually true. I do know, though, Jen is on there. She is very active. She is doing a lot of things and likely making a lot of money. And Elizabeth, I don't think she's doing a whole lot. And Andre, I don't think much is going on with him either. But for Meghan, Charli's wife, and Jen, they're doing a lot. They're making a lot of money on that site, and I guess good for them. Kind of bizarre, but good for them. No judgment, no shame. Good for them. The interesting things. Then we started kind of talking about the relationship, what is going on, and they were kind of piecing and poking around the idea that, and I've heard rumors too personally, but they were kind of, bouncing around the idea, not Meghan, but everyone else, mainly Andre, but even Becky kind of said it, that it's like their dad apparently just gave everything to Charli, and Charli didn't work for anything. He had a very lazy attitude and personality, and it sounds like in present day from people I have talked to, people that were pretty reliable, that Charli's not doing a whole lot, and that he may have possibly, we cannot say for sure, but he may have possibly kind of fallen off the wagon, potentially. Cannot say yes or no. But honestly, guys, it wouldn't shock me because it's like, I don't really think he's doing a whole lot of work. He's not working with the dad. We heard that on the tell-all. And for the dad to totally just cut him out of the business, that's just like, well, there's probably something deeper going on. Now, he was arrested 2 times in the early 2000s for doing some stuff that was not very good, and I wouldn't be shocked if he was kind of back on that kind of stuff. Can't say yes or no, but I wouldn't be shocked. He wasn't there on the Discovery Plus 98 Bears All episode, but that could have just been because of Andre being there. Might have been too tense. But yes, he was not there. It was just her. It was kind of interesting to hear, though, that her and Jen were actually very good friends, but now in present day, because of everything that went down, Jen is more just Team Andre and anti-Team Charli. Now, she never said she was Team Andre, but she did say Charli was so vocal, he was verbal towards my kids, and I just said enough is enough, and I'm done being friends with him now. Maybe things can change in the future, but it was just kind of interesting. So for, Jen and Becky, Becky's not working with the dad at all. Jen didn't really comment on that. I think she's mainly just doing the OnlyFans thing. Meghan is doing her own thing. She was not happy with them. She is still with Charli. She is still in love with Charli. Charli, nowhere to be found. And for Elizabeth and Andre, I guess they are doing relatively well, but it's like they really didn't have much going on in their lives besides that kind of drama. We did get to see a couple come on with Elizabeth and Andre from that 90 Day Paradise show. It was an exclusive show on Discovery Plus. I, however, for one, never actually watched it. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't get into it. I tried. There didn't really seem to be a plot or anything, so I watched a couple. I think I watched 2 episodes. Didn't really interest me, so I stopped watching it, never even talked about it. I'm sorry, I know. You guys, it didn't interest me though, but they came on the show. I have no idea who they are. I recognize them from the show, but I didn't really get into it, so I can't really comment. But they came on with Elizabeth and Andre. They played some games. They had some fun. That's about it. And then we got to see Paula. Now, that was kind of actually interesting because in present day, according to her Twitter, her and her man, Russ, are not still together. Now, she never mentioned it. He actually came on via Zoom. He didn't mention it. He seemed a little bit standoffish, a little bit awkward, a little bit timid kind of, but nothing out of the ordinary. So I'm kind of just like, I don't know if that was just for show or for drama or if that was more recent and they filmed this a long time ago. I don't really know what was going on with that, but the main thing with Paula is just she's wrestling. She's doing a lot of that. It's wrestling. I used to love WWE, which is kind of weird to say, but I used to love it. And it's dramatic. It's kind of like reality TV, honestly. It's a big drama. It's all fake, kind of like reality TV. So yeah, Paula, she was talking about it, but it's like, half this crap's just fake. And then another wrestler girl came on and they ran around, did their whole show, this whole song and dance, and that's about it. It wasn't very interesting. I was waiting for her to kind of bash Russ and say we're going to go our separate ways and our marriage is over and we're done, but she never did. She never even mentioned it at all. So apparently, at least on, 90 Day Bears All, they're still together. But from her Twitter, she shared a very cryptic, couple weeks ago, a very cryptic, sad tweet, and it made me at least believe, oh no, they're probably going their separate ways. I guess I could be wrong, not really sure. Everyone else was sharing it, everyone else was talking about it, so I'm not really sure what exactly was going on. But guys, that was 90 Day Bears All. I love this show. I think it's only going to get better and better and better. I absolutely just adore the show. They don't bleep anything out. Everything is just there. It's all for the taking. It's an amazing show. So fun to watch. And if you don't have Discovery Plus and you're on the fence about it, this show is definitely worth it. If you are a diehard 90 Day Fiancé fan, it is interesting to see because they don't blur anything out. And I feel like they're just more real and it's less scripted on this show. It's just a real kind of a talk show. And it's just fun to watch. But of course, let me say, I'm not getting paid. No one's paying me even a cent to say that. It's just me being honest. I love the show. If anything, I feel like everyone from Discovery and TLC and 90 Day Fiancé can't stand me, but that's neither here nor there. I love you guys all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please put in the comments what you guys think of Elizabeth and Andre and Charlie and Megan and Jen and Becky. And also, we can never forget Nicole and kind of even Asin. Put in the comments what you guys think is going on with them too. Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all better please stay tuned for many more videos.